It's the Group 1 2000 Guineas over the mile, and we're straight into the parade ring with horse number 1, Savaglee. His record speaks for itself, and he's our short-priced favourite.
Yeah, he looks great, Emily. Obviously, he was a $400,000 yearling, and look, he's just walking around like he's got a bit of purpose, and he's definitely on song.
Yeah, definitely purpose about him. He's got those pre-race earmuffs on, and one thing about him, he's with that constant companion, Lokomonu. That's the guy. So maybe he'll be off to the nightclub tonight if they do become successful.
Before we get on to horse number 2, Greg O'Connor, we'll get to you. You're with Savaglee's rider and Sam Sprat.
Yeah, how cool to catch up with Sam as she's about to go out and get on the hot favourite for the Albasti World 2000 Guineas. I was going to say, how's your week been? But after what's happened so far today, it's been pretty good, I'm picking.
Yeah, no, it's been a splendid week and day, so hopefully I haven't used up all my luck.
Look, this horse has been low flying, has been the benchmark, particularly leading into this race. How do you approach it, given he's such a short price favourite, or is that not a factor?
No, if he's good enough, he's going to win, isn't he? We're drawn 4. We'll find out how we go. Once we jumped out, he's pretty quick out. He can go 4, but if they go like crazy, he can take a sit. So we'll just wing it a bit.
Yeah, that's the beautiful thing about it. It's versatile, isn't it?
It is, yeah. No, he's really cruisy to ride. So as I said, we'll just sort of make a plan as we go.
Sam Sprat catching up with her prior to a start. How cool.
Yes, super cool, and great to get her insight before the race. Horse number 2 is So Naive, and this one, the 3-year-old son of US Navy flag, brings that last start 4th.
He's a lovely big type, Emily, and he's yet to go a bad race this time in. I'm sure the big roomy track at Riccarton's going to really suit him, and up to a mile.
Oh, you do?
Craig Grewal sticks as well. He's a smoke in the race, I think.
Absolutely. There's a lot of upside in his form. He's a winner of the Group 3 Northland Breeders' Stake fresh up, but I think getting up and trip has been his friend. He was terrific last time out, I thought, and even the start before when he was so close to Savaglee. 2 really good runs.
Horse number 3 is a really interesting one in the race. That's He's Lucid, who caused a surprise when winning at this track last time. Gosh, he's a big rangy type.
Yeah, he's never gone a bad race, Emily, and look, he's a real looking sort of derby sort of type of a horse. Look, Mr. Myers only paid $40,000 for him at book 2. He's been well spotted.
Yeah, the query was whether it was just the wet track that got him into that, or whether it was actually the 1,600 metres that he was looking for. I think it was a little bit of both, but even on top of the ground, I don't think he's the worst chance here. He just seems to be growing into himself, and yeah, he's hitting form at the right time.
Number 4 is Domain Ace. Tina Komanyagi does the riding and has been racing in the right form races without being too much of a threat.
It was okay last couple of starts. Does have to improve to sort of come out and beat horse like Savaglee though.
Yeah, 2 starts back, chased home Kiwi Skyhawk, and last time out chased home Savaglee. Does need to step up a touch.
Number 5 is Kiwi Skyhawk, and raced at Riccarton last time on that heavy track in behind He's Lucid, so certainly will be fit. Yeah,
he's another horse. Look, he was sort of, they bought it for $240,000. He's a nice big relaxed sort of gelding now. I was willing to forgive him last time on that really heavy track, and the penny hasn't quite dropped with him, but you know, we saw early on in his career at Te Rapa, when he won, there was a bit in hand.
He's got a lot of raw ability, this horse. The one thing he doesn't want is a sit sprint. He wants us to be run as truly as possible. If they do go along here, Emily, maybe he's the horse who'll be really zooming home late.
Number 6 is When Stars Align. He comes through that same form reference as Kiwi Skyhawk, and He's Lucid was pretty keen in front, and no doubt he'll appreciate getting back on top of the ground.
Yeah, obviously the blinkers go off and the shadow road goes on. Do they want to lead? Like, if they want to lead, he could be sort of, he's going to be there for a long time. I'm not sure if he's got as much ability as a couple in the field, but I'd certainly forgive his last run.
Yeah, I think maybe they do try and turn this into the sprint, and if he does, then Kevin Stott, maybe he's got a chance of picking up this race. His run in the Barneswood Farm was very good, and what was a clear swoopers race. He stuck well, just didn't cop that track last time out. He would be a boil-over win, though. You can't come off a run like that and be winning a 2,000 Guineas, or can you?
Number 7 is Customised, and if you're looking for a good looker, he is most definitely it, and he's been running on late at his past 2.
Yeah, he's another one. He was okay last start. He was sort of, he's going to be probably last or second last in the race. But like, he was only beaten 3.5 lengths last start.
Yeah, to be fair though, he had the race shape to suit, and he still couldn't beat When Stars Align. So for mine, he's got to improve a touch.
Number 8 is Love Poem, who caught the eye at Ellerslie last time when running home gamely. Will appreciate getting out to the mile.
Yeah, I think she's the main danger to Savaglee actually. Look, the last run was really good. We know she goes left-handed up to a mile. There hasn't been a filly win this race since Katie Lee in 2009, so it's a little bit against her. but certainly she looks bright and fit in the birdcage.
Yeah, and only 5 fillies in the history of this race. I thought she finished on really nicely in that soliloquy, all the second quickest closing late sectionals, and was really good winning at Tarapa the start before. And that was the only time she hasn't been in stakes company. So she's been there and thereabouts with some fairly good horses right through her career.
She looks magnificent, but she does have history against her. The only filly in the field, Love Poem, of course, a half-sister to Estriella, the well-known Australian galloper. Savaglee is your very short-priced favourite. Love the way he paraded. He's a real little nuggety type, but he showed plenty of pizzazz in the parade ring. We spoke briefly about the speed map. Let's just dive into it again, because it is crucial in an 8-horse field. It's going to be tactical.
It is certainly, Emily, and look, when stars align, if you're in front, you don't want to be going too hard, because if you've got Savaglee 3 back or in the 1-1, you want it to turn into a sprint home. So, look, I think a few of the riders will be positive early and just get a spot and then just work it out from there.
Yeah, for mine, I actually had Savaglee settling on the outside of He's Lucid, and that being the case, so you just keep yourself one off the fence that way, and that being the case, it's going to have to be intent from Kevin Stott on when stars align, but you know, it'll be interesting to just see how this pans out. Just one factor we haven't really touched on is just the Oak Stud influence on not only this race but also the 1,000 Guineas. Geez, I've had some success here. We think about what Catalyst did only 4 or 5 years ago, and Sea Change brings back some pretty fond memories too.
Yeah, absolutely right. And Greg, we'll get to you for your thoughts on the Group 1. Who caught your eye, and who are you leaning towards when it comes to our feature?
Emily, hard to knock what Savaglee's done and how he looked in the parade. He just looked fantastic, as did So Naive. And down the bottom of the book, the latecomer, Love Poem. I've never seen her in the flesh. She was absolutely gleaming. But the one I think's the best each way on the race is He's Lucid. He's come on from that Water Cree run. He looks magnificent.
Yeah, he's a lovely big rangy type, isn't he? He's Lucid. We'll quickly get to Thad Taylor. We've got 4.5 to go, so we'll just get a market update. We see Savaglee just moving out a touch to the $1.60.
Yeah, every time it touches the $1.60, Emily, it just comes back to $1.55. So are we going to see it move higher than $1.60? We may do in the last 4 or so minutes, but it's certainly not going to be a significant drift. We touched on So Naive, a high of $17. Works its way into $9, was around $9.50, $10, so another turn there for So Naive. We've talked about where we think So Naive will be in the run, and Love Poem also shortens up half a point there into $5.50, then just back to 6 as I say that. The horses that have drifted, He's Lucid is out to $10, Domain Ace out to 26s, and Kiwi Skyhawk's been 7 out to $9.50. When Stars Align hit a high of $34, back into 17. If it can settle in the lead, they're thinking it might be half a chance. It is a losing result for the TAB, but I'm just having a look at that price now, $1.65 for Savaglee. No significant drift. We can't have a hot horse here because we are aiming to ease the favourite. Love Poem, $5.50, and So Naive, $9, the horses that have shortened and behind.
Erin, you're behind the gates ahead of the Group 1, and I'm sure you've got a tough task because these 3-year-olds all look magnificent.
Yes, just a small field, but everything in here is class. They're all athletes. They've all been presented beautifully. I've always been a big Savaglee fan, but I've landed on Love Poem here for a little bit more value. She's representing the fillies. She's a proper filly too. She's class, she's elegant, she looks beautiful in the coat. She's paraded so relaxed. So yeah, go the girls.
Leith, I thought we'd come to you off that because it's an interesting question for Sam Sprat and Savaglee. You're on a $1.55 favourite in a Group 1. What are your priorities? What are you trying to do in the running?
Well, certainly if I'm Sam Sprat, I know I'm on the best horse in the race. Obviously, there's a small question mark if he's going to get a mile, but I'd certainly let him get out, get into a rhythm, probably end up outside the leader if they're going slow, and if they're going a little bit quicker, I'm in the 1-1.
Yeah, as easy as that. Let's hope that unfolds for Sam Sprat as Leith described. Matt Cross will come to you. You've had a good look at these horses, and it's our feature and no doubt the highlight of the day.
Yeah, Savaglee and So Naive up the top of the book, two very different looking horses. So Naive, a very scopy type who's going to continue to improve, as you can see. Love to see him in another 6 or 12 months. He's really going to develop into a gorgeous horse, So Naive. I would say, in terms of their mannerisms, you wouldn't find a more relaxed and nonchalant horse than So Naive. He's just taking it all in his stride. Savaglee, he knows what it's all about. He's ready to go. He's not getting too fired up, though. Just alert enough to say that he's really dialed in here. Savaglee on top. I think Love Poem is an exceptionally good filly. And she's probably the danger to Savaglee if there is one. So Naive, a big chance, and He's Lucid. Look, I guess we could say we'd love a wee bit of sting out of the track with him, but we're basing that on his victory here on a heavy 10 last time. Who says he won't handle the conditions out there today and run as well as what he did last time out? He's another horse who's going to continue to get better and better through his preparation. Doesn't feel as though there's too much wind out there, team. I reckon this is the best part of the day and the best race of the day. Savaglee the favourite, deservedly so.
Again, you make an interesting point around those 3-year-olds because Savaglee is such a different type to a number of these who are bigger, rangier, more derby-looking types, if you could say. So it's an intriguing field of 3-year-olds. That last update with regards to the market, Savaglee now settled at that $1.65.
Another half a turn into 8.50, so another push there for the 2 So Naive against the favourite Savaglee. I think that'll be the end of it though. $1.70 your favourite in the 2,000 Guineas Savaglee.
Well, they're loading pretty quickly here with only the 8 runners, so we'll get back up to Matt Cross. Matt, looking forward to your call in our feature, the Group 1.
And So Naive will be the next one to come up. Thank you, Emily, as our Trackside Premier team join us here at Riccarton Park. This is the Old Bastia Equiville Dubai 50 seconds, New Zealand 2,000 Guineas. Savaglee patiently awaiting his turn and behind the stalls with Customised. So Naive, the one they're working on. Just a wee bit reluctant at this stage to come forward. We'll have the attendants come up in behind him. Savaglee nice and relaxed in behind the gates, as is Customised. He's Lucid and Love Poem are both in the stalls, as well as When Stars Align. So Naive, he's been very relaxed since leaving the parade. Now he just made the attendance and started work for it a bit, and then he walked up like a true gentleman. So that's going to leave Savaglee, Customised and Domain Ace to come in for Team Rogerson. As the last couple get set for 2024, our first Group 1 of the week. Domain Ace to come in. The 2,000 Guineas field are ready. Racing from the 1600, and When Stars Align missed it half a stride. Savaglee is going to roll forward at the start with So Naive. Settling just off those is He's Lucid along the inside, and there's a clump of them there. Kiwi Skyhawk one off the rail, and When Stars Align now jostles forward to third on the outside, and Love Poem burrows through to fourth in the centre. 2 lengths away to He's Lucid, racing underneath of Kiwi Skyhawk, and then Customised, and outside of it is Domain Ace. Off the back, and the leader is So Naive, out by 3/4 on When Stars Align, and third behind the speed is Savaglee. Outside of it is the filly Love Poem, and then He's Lucid from Kiwi Skyhawk, Customised, and Domain Ace is last. And the El Bastia Equiville Dubai, 52nd New Zealand 2,000 Guineas. They have 800 metres to go, and the leader is So Naive, out by a half a length on When Stars Align. Savaglee, Love Poem poised to pounce. Then came He's Lucid from Kiwi Skyhawk, Domain Ace and Customised last. Spratt got the favourite out of the pocket. Savaglee comes after So Naive. Love Poem onto the scene outside of the pair. Then He's Lucid and Kiwi Skyhawk. Savaglee cruised up to So Naive. Love Poem a half a length off Savaglee. Savaglee has gone to the lead at the 300. Love Poem won't go away though. Domain Ace is running on wider. It's Savaglee a length and a half clear from Love Poem, and then Domain Ace. Savaglee at the 100 metres, 2 or 3 lengths in front of Love Poem. Then came Domain Ace, but he's all spirit and speed. Savaglee a spectacular Guineas win by 3 lengths at the line. Beat Love Poem, Domain Ace. Fourth in either Customised or Kiwi Skyhawk. He's Lucid not far away, then So Naive, and When Stars Align will be the last of them to cross. Sam Sprat gets 3 for the afternoon. Savaglee, the Savabeel Colts for the Oak Stud, takes the Old Bastia Equiville Dubai 50 seconds. New Zealand 2,000 Guineas, and once again it was a gun ride. Bounced him out, relaxed him in behind the speed, and at an important time around the corner, got him out of a pocket, and he storms away. Savaglee won the winner. Love Poem, the filly, is second. Number 8, he's runner number 4, third Domain Ace, and fourth will go to the outside, maybe just Kiwi Skyhawk from Customised, who ran on well, but he was the benchmark heading into the race. And the elusive 2,000 Guineas for Pam Gerard is now a reality. Savaglee takes our feature.
Was a clinical ride, and you could see every reason why Savaglee was the short price favourite in the race, and things unfolded maybe not as we expected with When Stars Align not pushing forward.
Yeah, he sort of was a bit slow out of the gates, and they took his time to get outside the leader. And look, Sam done the right thing. She was on the best horse, went to the front, eased him up. Look, she was in a bit of a tricky spot there for a little while, but the horse is so good. He's put himself out on the turn, but she just sat and waited as long as she could.
What does it say about the story behind this horse? Rick Williams for Dick Carriman, who owns the Oak Stud, went to $400,000 to buy him out of the draft of Waikato Stud, and now he's developed into a stallion. I heard on the radio this morning Rick saying that Dick Carriman was too nervous to come across. He had his flights booked. He said, "No, I'm going to stay home and watch it on TV, so I don't have to face the nerves."
And for Pam Gerard, this is just huge. You can see the emotion for her. This is in her own name, not in partnership with Mike Moroney. A huge moment for her, and the pressure, even though she didn't show it, was no doubt huge in the build-up.
Yeah, exactly. She just handled this horse so good. Like his manners as a 2-year-old, there was a chance that probably would have maybe gelded him, because he used to do things wrong. And look, the plan all along is to get him to down here, win a Group 1, and geez, on that, he's my favourite for the Kiwi slot race as well.
Yeah, that's the next talking point, isn't it? That's to come. Let's hear from Pam Gerard after the Group 1 victory.
Deep sigh there from you, Pam. Job done.
Yeah, he's been brilliant. I have to admit I wasn't worried about it till about 10 minutes before, and then all hits home, and you just start you sort of start thinking, have I done it all right? But look, Sam's riding like a demon today. She was very confident. Really happy with the job the boys have done. They couldn't have done any more. The horse is just a really good little horse that's gone from strength to strength. So it's probably easy in the end, but never an easy watch.
Not at Group 1 level. Jumped, took a trail behind the right one, out before the bend, and yeah, it was a pretty easy watch after that, for us anyway. Yeah,
I said at the 800 I wasn't sure where I wanted to be there, but Sam just popped him off the rail and he was just travelling too good. So, the Oaks, amazing. They've entrusted me with this horse, and I'm so honoured, and he's done the job. He's halfway to being a stallion, so it's amazing.
What does this mean to do this on your own as well? Obviously the Ballymore team been a massive part of your life, but now it's P. Gerard in the book.
It's a bit lonely without Mike there, but honestly he's still very heavily involved, and I'm not doing it on my own, I'm doing it with all Ballymore. So. And
to win it here in Canterbury, even more special.
Yep, we've run second a few times, but yeah, it was amazing, hometown, and it's fantastic.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
It's Pam Gerard. I think we'll try and get Rick Williams. No, we'll get straight with Sam Sprat. Congratulations to you, Sam. Just about went to the perfect notebook there.
Yeah, pretty much, when they sort of thought we were going to leave, and then they went, and he just come back to me so nicely and cruised along. Got to about the 800, and I sort of thought I was a little bit flat for a minute, but as soon as I dug him up, I had plenty of horse left, and no, they loomed up to us, but he's just got an amazing turn of foot, and he just kicked away and was too good.
Not a huge number of lady jockeys have won this race, so to join that at Riccarton over this carnival, I reckon it'll be pretty special for you.
Yeah, exactly. No, it's always, great to win them. Haven't ridden a huge amount of, boys or colts and that over my time. I sort of tend to be a bit of a fillies girl, so no, it's great to have a nice colt, that's for sure.
Congratulations to you.
Thank you very much.
She handled Savaglee beautifully, did Sam Sprat, and she's been around for so long. She's achieved so much, so many Group 1 wins to her name.
Exactly, and that's her 4th win today, and she's just riding out of her peak performance. Look, you've got to have the right horse, but she's the last 4 rides on this horse, she's taught him to settle, and the just rewards today in a Group 1 2,000 guineas.
Wasn't it really revealing about her and her demeanour in that interview with Greg pre-race? She's so unflappable at the moment. No, nothing's getting to her, and that's coming across in just the way she rode that horse then.
Yeah, 100%. And when you're on a $1.50 favourite, a lot of jockeys would say, hey, no, it's bad luck if I go on TV today. I'll give it a miss, thanks.
I think that's a coming of age win too. I think there's 21 Group 1s for Sam. Just a second Group 1 for Pam Gerard after training on the rocks, and that was of course in partnership with Michael Moroney.
We'll get back to you, Greg. You're joined by Rick Williams.
Yeah, very happy Rick Williams, and why wouldn't he be? He's just a classy colt.
He is. He showed it today. He's improved, I think, every race this year, and he got a lovely trip from Sam, and the gaps opened, and he did a great job.
It's never easy to come to a race meeting, a Group 1 race meeting with a $1.50 favourite. I'm picking the build-up wouldn't have been, a whole lot of fun.
No, it's funny because we had Catalyst. He was a gelding. I think he was $1.15. But this horse is a colt, and there's some other combinations regarding money when you win a race like this. So yeah, it was. I actually got to admit I felt a bit of tension this week, but I'm good now.
Yeah, well, he's good as well, and we'll look forward to seeing what he can do in the future, but he's already stamped himself.
Oh, he certainly has. He is a super horse, and he seems to be getting better, and that's the interesting thing.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Dominance of Savaglee through the pedigrees in New Zealand is just so prominent, and you know if you're backing a horse by Savaglee, they've got that quality, they've got the ability to win at the very top level.
And especially out of those O'Reilly mares as well, Emily, and he'll be standing at stud, maybe not this year, not next year, but you know, as a 5-year-old, I think the fourth sign to be finished, and he'll be standing at the Oaks.
And what a source of a Group 1 performers the Waikato Stud continues to be. And Savaglee, just he's up there with our best ever. He's up with the Zabeels and Sir Tristram, of course, from the same line. But Waikato Stud, they just do this time and time again, and obviously that's where Rick Williams and Dick Carriman have gone, sourced the right horse, and he's done it well. And what about this man in shot too? Won't he be just absolutely chuffed? He's been with the horse the whole way through. So yeah, I've got to say I've got a lot of time for this young man. He's a real character of the game too. Lokamanu, that's a name to remember.
Yeah, awesome stuff and great scenes post-victory of Savaglee. Let's hear from the Beating Connections. Love Poem ran a very bold race for second. We'll hear from Stephen Marsh now.
Yeah, thanks for that, Emily. Terrific run from both horses, but let's start with Love Poem. You must be delighted.
Oh, I thought she was very brave, extremely proud of her. The coltie's the benchmark of the 3-year-olds, and you know, we went up for a little look, and it gave him a little bit of a fright, but you know, he kicked back and showed his class. But you know, she's a high quality filly by Schnitzel. She's now a Group 1 place, so we've got another Group 1 in 7 days. If we're happy with her, we'll be backing her up.
Yeah, Kiwi Skyhawk, he was probably going to run at the back end of the field, but he just kept trying.
Yeah, Michael just said they sort of ran along at a really quick tempo, just had him out of his comfort zone the whole way. Got a little bit of a check down the back straight, but he was going to run probably last, but went through the line good, ran fourth. Always thought he's our real Derby horse, and first thing Michael did was come back in and said, you know, he's our Derby horse. So no, very happy with him too. He's gone great.
Nice work.
Thank you.
Great to get the insight into the beaten horses as well post the Guineas. Here's a look at the overhead view, and Savaglee's jumped well and got across, but it's just ended up in a little bit of a pocket on the rail.
He certainly jumped so good, and he's got across without doing any work. Where Stars Align missed a kick, and they had to push the button because obviously the race plan was to either lead or sit outside leader. And you know, So Naive was a pretty disappointing out of the race. He was well beaten a long way from home.
Yeah, in hindsight, was he better just sitting on the outside of Savaglee in the end?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I think Sam had a good plan in her head that, you know, she probably didn't want to lead. But he just relaxed so good. Look, his racing manners are perfect now.
One of the eye catches out of the race to Main Ace, wasn't it?
The Main Ace was, yeah, he was massive, wasn't he? And he's sort of I know he's by Swiss Ace, but you would think going on that, he might get to a 2,000 metres plus.
Yeah, we saw it also in there, He's Lucid, who had a soft enough trip, got out at the right time, and I thought maybe just starting to come into it, but did really just peak on his run.
Yeah, he certainly did. It just got here. Love Poem had to sort of go outside the tiring when Stars Align. So, look, she's got a good race, and if she backs up, they'll know she's here next Saturday.
You can see there, Domain A starting the run out really wide in the track. As you saw there, He's Lucid presented into fourth, just peaks on the run. And then we saw back on the inside, Customised making good ground. And again, Kiwi Skyhawk, like they say, just never gave it away one little bit. So, but again, Savaglee, it's all, this 2,000 Guineas is about one horse, isn't it?
It certainly is, and I think a couple of those other names that you mentioned, Kiwi Skyhawk, He's Lucid, Domain Ace, maybe featuring in some of the staying races heading forward. Let's talk NZB Kiwi, because of course Savaglee is NZB Kiwi eligible, and that is the big 3-year-old flag that's flying in March, and looks like one of the key contenders. And of course the Jockey Club here at Riccarton, they're offering their spot to the winner of the Guineas.
Yeah, and certainly there's another spot they're auctioning at the Ready to Run sales, and I'd say that Carriman and the Oak Stud, they'll be there waiting to put their hands up.
Exactly. That way they don't have to go into any partnership.
100%. They can do what they want. I certainly don't think we'll see the horse going out to a Derby distance. There's no point. He's won his Group 1 over 2,000 Guineas. So, Look, I think he'll be definitely the favourite for the Kiwi slot race, and it'll be interesting come ready to run start, who puts their hand up and buys that slot.
Because you look at those early races, some of those have been Australian breeds that just haven't been eligible, so here's a bona fide contender who is eligible.
Yeah, he is eligible, and he's got a bulletproof nature, hasn't he? He's such an honest little colt, and we saw that there today with his victory in the Group 1 2000 Guineas for Sam Sprat, for Pam Gerard, for the Oak Stud, and all of the connections. A dream result as their short price favourite gets home and wins. Guy and Jana, wonderful running of the race, and certainly delivered on excitement for all here.
Yeah, it certainly delivered on excitement here in the studio as well. Emily, a superb win by Savaglee, Jane. They touched on the Waikato Stud. Success around this race, 6 winners from the last 13 editions.
Yeah, incredible for Waikato Stud, who we know are a wonderful nursery here in Australia, and they've got the Wonder Sire and Savaglee, who's done it again with another individual Group 1 winner. Lovely to see the Oak Stud colours win. I'm always going to be a fan of the blue and white, but look, he's a horse that came into the race the favourite. It was his to lose, and he managed to do the job and do it particularly well. I thought he could win the race. I didn't think that he would be quite as dominant as what he was in the finish, but look, wonderful for the Oak Stud. When they spend $400,000 at a yearling sale to buy a colt, it's for a reason. It's to develop a horse into a stallion, and they're doing that now that he's picked up his Group 1 win.
Yeah, into $6 in the NZB Kiwi as well. Here is the full result for you from the 2000 Guineas. Savaglee $1.70 and $1. Love Poem $1.70. Domain Ace $5.20. And Kiwi Skyhawk running fourth. The Quinella 1 and 8, $3.20. 184 Trifecta $46.50. And the first four 1, 8, 4 and 5, $211.40.